Hello everyone, the all-powerful one, Max King here. And so, another nerd rant today. Hazbin Hotel and or Hell of a Boss. And a character that I really want to discuss is Azrael, the brother to Lucifer and the Archangel of Death. Now, I would like to see him in the show, even though he's probably not going to. But that's also up to Vivian and the creators of the Hazbin Hotel. But I honestly think he would bring a good dynamic either as a villain or as a anti-hero. Where, because he is the Angel of Death, he is able to kind of, conflict a little bit with how people, with the sinners of hell in the show. So I honestly think Azrael would be a cool villain, but type character. Now, I made a Facebook post about this. You can go ahead and go check it out. I've already went in full detail on the Facebook post. But he would basically conflict with either Abel and Lute, or he can conflict with Lucifer and Charlie alongside Lilith, because I think it'd be just a insane dynamic. I mean, he's the literal fucking god of death, or angel of death. Sorry, because there's only one god. So, but now there's only one god in the show. We don't get into religion on here. So, but yeah, no, it's just, I really honestly think that, because Abel can be the voice of reason, where Azrael can be the devil on Lute's shoulder, where he can take Abel's words and twist them, bringing her into more of a vengeance spiral, and again, if he's a villain, he can influence Lute more and more, bringing out her inner rage to try and go against the Hazbin Hotel, and but especially because Hazbin Hotel is also a musical, you can also have some very badass, rock music just to kind of accompany him. Either, because he is, you can have, death metal, accompany, him, and have him voiced by, a death metal artist or something, So, I just think it'd just be awesome just to see this character just develop. And especially because Hazbin Hotel currently has, because we're going on the 3rd season now, and we have 2 more seasons, from what I know. So, Vivian can introduce this character as, this little background, he can kind of stay in the background, kind of just, like Alistair, for instance. Especially if Alistair is the main villain of this season, of season 3. You can have Azrael take Alistair's place, because if Alistair does go full villain, then you can kind of have Azrael kind of take his place as that little how do I really explain it, honestly? You can have him be that little background character just for a little bit, but still have full reign over what he can do. Because again, he is the god of death, or angel of death, sorry. He is the angel of death. So he can do a lot. And you can write so much shit with this man. So honestly, I think it'd just be a cool dynamic between Lucifer and Charlie and Lilith, or between Abel and Lute, where Abel is trying to calm Lute's rage and trying to kind of get her back, kind of because Loot is full rage mode against the Hazbin Hotel crew, and rightfully so. You know, they did kill Adam, so you know, who basically she was in love with Adam. But you can have like that. You can have like that dynamic of Abel, the son of Adam, trying to undo the. You can have him undo the. Like try and undo like the conditioning that Adam put into Loot of being, you know, of like the extermination needs to happen, where you can have Abel try and be you can have the son of Adam trying to be the voice of reason, being like, hey, you know, this is not right, you know, you need to, you know, learn to forgive and whatever. And then you could just have Azrael just be that, like, that devil in her ear, being like he killed the one you love. Isn't it about time you take revenge? Because I know if it was me, I'd end every single one of them. So again, you can have just that little push of just like having that dynamic between. It's because again, he is the angel of death. So technically he is in heaven, but he also exists on a different plane from heaven and hell, which you can also explain maybe from purgatory, or him being the literal, you know, death. You know, like the Grim Reaper type. So, like, you could just have, like, you could just have that, like, that, just that whole storyline just revolve around, like, you know, Alistair being the villain, and then having just Loot, Abel, and Azrael just having that whole, you know, conflict, even as, like, a second side, like, even as, like, a second side story. And then, in, like, Season 4 or Season 5, you can have him finally be, like, revealed as one of the biggest villains of them all. So, like, I don't know, I just think this is just a theory, and this is just, like, you know, a nerd rant, so it'd just be fun. That's all it would be, it's just fun. You can write so much, just anything with this man, because he is a clean slate. He is... Like, he's not in the show. He's not established at anything yet. He's not even been hinted in the show. So you can, oh my god, you can do so much with this character. So, honestly, I think it'd just be amazing. Just to see this, just, you know, this character play out as, like, he can, you know, he can be like that little, like that devil on your shoulder. You know, because yes, he's the angel of death. Because yes, he is the archangel of death. He is the literal definition of death. He is the one that decides which sinner goes to heaven or which sinner goes to hell. Or sorry, which soul goes to heaven or hell. He is that define factor. And obviously, yeah, God is the, you know, the Almighty One who will obviously judge them. But again, he's the one that is literally divine intervention. He is the one that chooses who's right and who's wrong. In the show, of course. I don't know how it is in real life. Again, we do not go into religion on this fucking channel. I will not open that fucking can of worms. But it's just like, Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss had so much, especially with them now especially now with Hell of a Boss moving over to Amazon Prime now. So you can have so much, like, with these characters interacting, especially even if you want, like, to have the Hell of a Boss crew interact with the Hazbin Hotel crew, you can also have that character. And especially Stolas. You can have that whole thing with Stolas and fucking Azrael if you wanted to. And especially with Brian Pigman, I think it's Brian Pigman, who is the voice of Stolas. You can have him, like, interact with this character, and it just be, like, so cool just to have that just dynamic of, like, again, you can have these characters just kind of merge into one, like, little area, because again, Hazbin Hotel takes place in the Pride Ring. I think Hell of a Boss takes place in the Actually, I don't know what ring it takes place in. Because you have to think. In Hazbin Hotel, you can see heaven like a moon, where in Hell of a Boss you actually see the full pentagram. So they're in a separate place in hell. But you have the Pride Ring, the Lust Ring, because it's basically based off the 7 deadly sins. So lust, gluttony, pride, whatever. Especially like even if they're in different rings, you can like, because they're imps, they can go anywhere the fuck they want. So because they're imps, they can go wherever they want. They can go to whatever ring they want. So you can have, hell, you can even have Brandon Rogers interact with fucking, Alistair, and that'd be hilarious. Brandon Rogers as Blitz. that'd be a funny ass dynamic. Or no, fuck that. Angel Dust. Dude, fucking having Brandon Rogers and fucking Blake interact like with Blitz and Angel Dust. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Imagine like the sexual innuendos just going around the whole fucking, like, god, that whole episode would just be a fucking comedy. That's all it would be. It would just be Brandon Rogers and Blake just going fucking nuts, and it would be amazing. So like, I don't know. This is my nerd rant on Azrael, and just how it would be cool for him just to kind of be introduced. I know I didn't really introduce any evidence, and that's only because I'm a wrestler. I'm not a fucking movie theorist. I'm not film theory. I am a fucking wrestler that makes dumbass content on fucking YouTube because it's funny, or because I find something interesting. So yeah, that's all it is. It's just, I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I enjoy nerdy shit like this, and just kind of just coming on here and talking about it, and just ranting about it, and just, having you guys along for the ride. It'd be fun. It's like, yeah, being a wrestler, I play a villain on, on YouTube, and, on YouTube and stuff like that, through HGW, me being the, all-powerful one character, but it's like, I know I play a villain, but it's like, I really enjoy just coming on here and just getting to know everybody and just having the time of my life, so, and just, going batshit crazy about stupid shit, and nerdy stuff, and just having fun. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe today to be part of the all-powerful one crew, or the Maximaniacs. See ya, everybody. Hey, Max here. So I know I just did the outro and everything, but there was one thing I forgot to add. You can also have Azrael continue where Adam left off, and again, you can have him kind of be the command, because yes, Abel is, but you can have Azrael kind of, feed into Abel's insecurities, and slowly but surely Abel drops the title back to Azrael, or drops the title to Azrael, who becomes the head of the extermination program, and he can continue what Adam left off. So, just wanted to add that little part. See you guys.